Okay, so today we're going to be talking a little bit about this Adi Shankar tweet, which is really funny in my opinion. So we're just going to read through it and I'll give you my thoughts. Okay, so he starts with the success of Devil May Cry Season 1 and 2 has clarified something that most people suspected, some people feared, and a few trolls are still emotionally negotiating with. Adi Shankar is a generational talent. I uh I don't think anyone agrees with this guy. I gotta say, I do think there's a little bit of like a veneer of irony going on here, obviously, but it is still very funny. And I do think he is being somewhat serious. I do think he believes that he is very talented, and I do think that he believes that, as you'll see in a minute here, that he saves game franchises because he's literally said stuff like this before, like in interviews, and it was not ironic. So I think he uses irony as like more of a shield to defend his actual positions if he needs to, uh, than just being like 100% serious, where people would be like, "Dude, you're so full of yourself. You're terrible. You're an idiot." Um, then he says, "I am a generational talent in the measurable sense." Yeah, dude, he's like Alfred Hitchcock. This is amazing. In the Adi Shankar can take a globally beloved video game franchise, metabolize 20 plus years of iconography, preserve its soul, rearrange its body, expand its audience, trigger its purists, convert its skeptics, and still make the algorithm bend the knee sense. That's a pretty long sense, I would say, but also you're not even that. Okay, you're not even that. Let's be very clear. Uh, you are going about this the complete wrong way. He's like, "Oh, dude, I'm the best at adapting franchises." And I trigger its purists. If you're good at adapting a franchise, you're not going to trigger its purists. The purists are going to be happy about it. If you're bad at it, that will trigger the purists. That's it. It's like, oh my god, everyone I know who knows about Devil May Cry does not like this show. They think this show is bad. Everyone I know who likes the show has not played Devil May Cry at all, and they don't understand the problems with this show in any way, and are, I guess, blind to like the really cringe political subplots of the show that are just so absurd and so just stupid and boring, honestly, just like nothing to say. But also, this is like such bullshit too, because Cyberpunk Edge Runners exists, and you're talking about how you're like the greatest adaptation of all time. You're the best. Edge Runners wipes the floor with Devil May Cry in a way that I can't even put into words. Like it is not even close. But let's hear. My Devil May Cry anime wiped the floor with AAA IP adaptations with millions of dollars in marketing. I am a ratings god. 2 seasons in a row. Okay, well I don't know about that. Probably better than some video game movies, that's for sure. It doesn't take much. They're all shit. But I would say the show is shitty too, so nothing ever changes. I set out to make American animation cool. It didn't need your help. American animation is cool. They do a lot of cool stuff. Honestly, a lot of it is way better than Devil May Cry, which uses a bunch of like CG all of the time, especially in season one. I set out to expand the footprint of Devil May Cry by orders of magnitude so that there can be more of it. Wow, really? He did okay at this, I guess. He brought some new people into the series for sure, and they brought the games. Whether or not that's a good thing remains to be seen. If the next Devil May Cry game gets announced and they're like, it's Darkham and it's freaking Mary Arkham, like I'm gonna lose my mind. I just cannot. If that happens, Adi Shankar might have to be launched into space as revenge for ruining one of my favorite franchises ever. Um, okay. I set out to prove that video game adaptations do not have to be flavorless corporate sludge assembled in a content factory by emotionally vacant brand managers who secretly loathe the source material. Mission accomplished. Thank you, Reddit. Like, okay, again, Edge Runners exists, and they did it first, and they did it better. by a wide margin. You are not who you think you are, bro. For those of you who have been paying attention to the episode names, I have been showing you the structure the entire time. This is so like fucking cringe, dude. Like this is like Rick and Morty fan stuff. Season 3 was an inevitability. This was always Dante's divine comedy with guns and a red coat. It just feels so AI written too. Like it's yeah, it's like the divine comedy with freaking guns and a red coat. And then he's got the little emojis next to these. Season 1 was Inferno. Season 2 was Purgatorio. And Season 3 is Paradiso. Oh, yeah. You're so freaking cool, Eddie Shankar. Oh my god. Oh my god, you're so cool. These 3 seasons make up the Force Edge saga. Since inception, the Force Edge saga was designed as a movie trilogy disguised as a television series. One last thing. 3 is not going to be a normal third season of a TV show. With Season 3, I am doing something very different. I am crafting a blueprint for how this game is won. See you all in paradise. Adi Shankar. And then he's got like this really freaking cool picture of himself, dude. And he's reading the Divine Comedy. Oh my god. Dude, he's like the coolest guy ever. He's a visionary. He's not a visionary, okay? He is just absolutely not a visionary. I am so unimpressed with this show. I thought it was terrible. Season 1 was god awful. Season 2 was only marginally better because I think it was just a little bit less ham-fisted, but it was still living in the in the shadow of Season 1 because of Season 1's plot elements, and just the no shortage of cringe. Absolutely no shortage of cringe. Like the Virgil fucking bodies by drowning pool scene. I actually like I hid away in my chair when that happened. I curled up in a ball. I almost started crying. It was just so try hard and just so ridiculous. Um, anyways, I don't think that he's telling the truth here either because he did talk about in the past how he wanted the show to go on for like ever and we'd see like Dante grow up into the Dante we know like from the games. So it seems to me he's like maybe coping a little bit because the show might have gotten like canceled. Maybe they were like, you get one more season and that's it. Uh, which I guess is sad in a way. I don't, you know, is it sad? Not really. No, it's not sad. I guess I just feel bad when people get like, when shows get canceled. It means people lose jobs. I mean, that's sad, but it's, it was not a great series. I think the voice acting was well done. I think Johnny Young Bosch did great as Dante, even though it was weird, because every time he spoke, I was like, oh, it's Nero. So that's a little weird, but I think it was overall pretty bad. Uh, the voice acting was good. There were elements of the show that I thought were like well done. Some of the animation was pretty cool, but some of it really really sucked. So I guess you just take what you get on that front. I have no idea what he means by season 3 is going to be different. It's going to be freaking different. I am crafting a blueprint for how this game is won. I don't know what that means. He's probably just talking straight up nonsense, as he often does. So I guess that's where I'll call it here. What a ridiculous tweet. What a ridiculous man. I just don't have a lot of words for Adi Shankar at this point. He butchered one of my favorite franchises and made it a political commentary show for no reason when it should have just been about demon slaying. I may talk more about the show in the future and give like more of a full breakdown of my thoughts and opinions on season 1 and 2, but we'll see. That's if I can suffer through it again. We'll have to find out. Okay. Thanks so much for watching. Have a nice day. I hope this video was entertaining at least.